But let's move on into our next topic. And what we're looking at now is on the DC side of things. It was announced this week. Well, actually, it was revealed what the DC streaming service is going to kind of look like. DC came out with their first trailer for their online streaming service that they plan to, from what I hear, it's going to go into beta in August and I believe release around September. So what do you get from this? So in the trailer, down below in the description, you can go and check it out. What you get is their animated movie catalog. You're going to get the entire Bat catalog. So that means you'll get the entire Batman, the animated series, right there. I'm in, take my money. You get the entire Batman Beyond catalog, which there should be more of that, let's be honest. Again, take my money. And you get the entire collection of the Batman movies. So the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, they've shown Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. So we know then that you're going to get the Tim Burton Batman movie. You're going to get the Jim Carrey Batman movie because we saw him as the Riddler in this. You're going to get the Superman movies. You're going to get, like I said, the entire animated catalog, not just those from the Batman series, but like Justice League Unlimited. You're going to get all of the animated movies they did, like Doom and War and Flashpoint. But then on top of that, you get all the new series that they're going to come up with. So Titans, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. They're going to have Young Justice, which I guess that'll fall under the animated, although it is new. So you'll get, it looks like Titan's going to be the first thing that they do release. That'll release this fall. And then February of next year, 2019, I believe is when the Young Justice Outsiders, the next season of Young Justice, is going to come out. So not too far off from that rumor that we heard a while ago that Young Justice would release in the fourth quarter of 2018, which would be the last, 4 months, 3 months? I think it would be 3 months. Yeah, the last 3 months of 2018. Just had to do some simple math in my head. So, I mean, with all that, oh, by the way, Titans, they're going to do a Swamp Thing TV series. They're going to do a Doom Patrol TV series. That'll have Cyborg in it. We'll see if he crosses his way over into Titans Season 2, Season 3. And then they're also going to have a Harley Quinn series as well that they are developing. So for me, the question is, should we be pumped about this? Like, should we? I don't want to say should we even care, but I kind of feel like that could be an apt description because of how many streaming services, A, we already have, and B, we're going to have. Because, like, right now, you've got Netflix, you've got Hulu, you've got Amazon, you've got HBO Go, you've got the Showtime, well, all the premium channels basically that you would get from cable. But if you don't have cable, you can get like the HBO Go and all that. So if you want to watch Game of Thrones, oh, I need to get HBO Go. Oh, well, I want to watch the Marvel movies right now. Oh, I got to have Netflix. Oh, I want to watch The Tick. Oh, I got to have Amazon. And this feels like another one that's being added on to it. I mean, not just that, Disney is coming up with their own, which I'll be honest, I will have to buy because I love the Disney catalog. Not only do I love the Disney animated movies from my childhood, but they're going to have the entire Star Wars catalog on there. They're going to have the entire Marvel catalog on there, on top of probably all the cartoon series that you get as well. And then with them buying Fox, you're going to have all the Fox properties that they are going to get from TVs and movies. So, I mean, there's a big thing for that one, which is why that one I'm really excited for. But DC, I'm excited for it. But I feel like the only reason I'm excited and I'm pumped is because I'm a DC super fan. Like I said, all they had to say was Bat catalog. And I said, here's my money. Just take it. Well, how much does it cost? I don't care. Just take it. Like, that is how much. I am going to get this, and I am probably just going to have it circle Batman the Animated Series episodes on loop. And then, like, here's how I'll have it. Get through the entire animated series, Batman Beyond, and then start from the beginning. And then just loop those back to back to back. Because to me, I can just watch that all day with an occasional, like, oh, here's the Jim Carrey Riddler Batman. Here's one of the Christopher Nolan Batmans mixed in here and there. For me, it's going to be great. And there's also two things I did not mention with this as well. First off, there are comics as well. Now, for me, this is the thing I am most skeptical when it comes to this DC streaming service, because at first I was all in. I was like, cool. Mark and I are going to have this. We're going to get it for a graphic conversation so that we can have our DC comics. We'll just have to pay the monthly thing. And basically we can have these comics instead of buying each one over and over. So kind of to save us money here for MVP. But then after I watched the trailer, did a little research, kind of saw what other people were saying. And from what it seems like is they're going to have a limited selection at first and then kind of add to it over time. So for me, the comic thing, it wasn't the thing that was pulling me into it. Let's be honest, the entire animated catalog, the Batman catalog, that is my meat and potatoes. That is what I am really excited for to be able to watch again with this streaming service. The comics were just, they were just a little cherry on the top, if you were to say that. And with this, if I'm able to, like, if they have comics from DC that are not like, because let's be honest, I'm going to want to read my favorites. I'm going to want to read my favorites. I might read some of the new ones here and there. But is it going to feel like, oh, it's an addition? Because let's be honest, if it's not something you expect and then you start to use, is it going to be like, wow, this is just more bang for my buck? Or is it just going to feel like, yeah, I've got it. Not really like, yeah, I'm paying for it, but I don't use it. So, I mean, am I really paying for it? I'm really paying for just the TV shows and stuff. So that is something that I am interested to see with the streaming service. And then the last thing they kind of threw in there was, I guess they'll have a community section as well. They showed a lot of people cosplaying in the trailer. So it just looks like a tab where I think their goal is not just to, hey, I'm going to have this streaming service and watch the streaming service, but also there's a community tab so that I can meet like-minded people that enjoy the DC universe just as much as I do. Well, to be honest, am I going to probably use that tab? Probably not, but it's not a bad thing to have, especially for that subgroup of people. Like I know Johnny. Johnny's a huge cosplayer, and that could be a way for a DC fan. Hey, I went to a convention dressed like this, to share it, get some love from other people in the DC universe, and kind of build those friendships on the message boards or forums or however they're going to have it, however they have it set up. So this streaming service I am pumped for. Overall, I feel like, is it enough to get the casual DC fan pumped for? Like, or is it something where I don't really care about the Batman catalog? The animated movies are fine. Comics are fine. I don't need to buy it. So I wonder how well it's going to do. Hardcore DC fans like myself, I'm sure are going to buy it, and I'm sure are going to have it. If you are excited about Titans, if you're excited to see Young Justice again, it's the only way you're going to be able to see it. So, I mean, just paying for it and getting it is going to be from them for sure, but it's the DC fans are like, I wasn't really into Young Justice, but I could do that. Or is it going to be a little bit of streaming service fatigue, as I will call it? And then people will go, not another streaming service. Because let's be honest. And I mean, this is kind of this brings Disney into it as well. On Netflix, you had at the beginning, the Justice League Unlimited was on there. The Justice League movies were on there. You also had Disney. The Disney movies were there. All the Disney properties, Marvel properties are still there. Once these two streaming services come out, for example, Marvel, or Disney, why would I have my Marvel movies on Netflix? I'll just have them on mine. So, I mean, that we're going to see. So I wonder how many people, like, I know people don't just buy Netflix for that, but I mean, how much will people really go, oh man, I had them all on one thing. Now I got to pay more money just to get them. And then they go, screw it. It's not that important. I wonder how this is all going to play out. This is a greater thing. This is not just the DC Universe streaming system, but this is the Disney having theirs and the more streaming services that we get. How are people going to react? And eventually, will it just be streaming service fatigue? Because we're going to have all these, and in order to get everything you want, you're going to have to kind of pay like, oh, $10 here, $10 here. And eventually, is it going to be like, it's not effing worth it. I just got to pick one and stick to it. So the last thing I wanted to talk about before we get into our last topic of the podcast is a little bit about Titans. There's an article down below in the description that I will include where they have come out with the look that we are going to get for Robin. It looks amazing. Like, the black Robin mask. So you're kind of getting that, like, it almost looks Nightwing-esque too. I guess they're kind of the same. Well, maybe blue, black, but it looks like a traditional, kind of looks like the New 52 Rebirth costume, I believe. However, it looks like the Robin costume to me, and it just looks badass. It's got like the battle armor. You got the R here in the corner, the green sleeves, the black and yellow cape. And the thing that I'm interested to see, this kind of changes a discussion that Johnny and I had about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we talked about Jason Todd. So it looks like in the beginning of Titans, they are going to go ahead and kind of start Robin or Dick Grayson off as Robin and kind of show that transfer of how it's going to be transitioning from Robin into becoming Nightwing. Well, and really, it's that too. Like, here's the thing I'm thinking about. How are they going to do this? Because, of course, Robin becomes Nightwing, but are they going to have it where Robin comes over, breaks off from Batman, still stays Robin, and is Robin in the Titans? Or is he going to be Nightwing, and then when the Titans form, it's not Robin as the leader, it is Nightwing as the leader? I think it's going to be the second one, because there's a lot of working parts that are going into this. Like, this season is supposed to be a full long season to get used to Raven and her origin story and how Trigon fits into this, because we're going to get Trigon at the end of it and mentioned a little bit in this series. Another thing I love that they released is they said it's going to be a mature series, which to me, thumbs up for you. I love it, because I get the point of like, oh, it's Teen Titans. So, I mean, of course, oh, my kids watch the cartoon Teen Titans Go. They'll watch this. Not so fast. Like, this is going to be a mature series. And I personally like that, because it gives my age group, I'm about 28, I'm almost hitting 30. It gives my age group that kind of, the older we get, we want to see a mature series of our heroes. So I really like that. I really like the Robin suit. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Titans to come out. And I wonder how it's going to be. I hope it's good, because if it's not good, it's just like, that's why, to me, Titans needs to hit. This needs to hit, and it needs to be good, because if it's not good, well, then, I mean, you look at it and it's like, well, we got Swamp Thing, they got Harley Quinn, they're going to have Doom Patrol. Part of me wants it, like, how do I say this? Not that part of me wants it to be good. All of me wants it to be good, but there's part of me that's a little bit of a fear, like, are we doing the traditional DC thing of like, here's this, we're going to do this movie, that movie, this movie, that movie, and this one sucked. Great. Now we have to rethink everything. I hope that's not the case with this one, because I want Titans to be good right off the bat. Get us excited for Swamp Thing. Get us excited for Doom Patrol. Get us excited for Harley Quinn as well. I don't want this to be a dud. And then people go, well, I'm not buying this service anymore. Swamp Thing then is kind of like, then it's like, oh, Swamp Thing doesn't get viewed. Doom Patrol doesn't get viewed. And then they start saying, well, why are we spending money on this if no one's watching them? So for me, I want this to be a hit, and I don't want it to be kind of, I don't want it to fail is basically what I'm trying to say. Also, another question that I've seen, which I don't have the answer to, but I will ask it as well, is will the Arrowverse and the Flash TV series also be coming to this like it is on Netflix, or will they keep that on Netflix and have this be its own thing? I wonder if that'll happen. However, I don't see why it wouldn't, because it is DC properties, and, you know, anything to get people who enjoy The Flash, enjoy Arrow, enjoy that universe, Legends of Tomorrow as well, anything to get that kind of over onto your service would only be the better. But this is where you guys come in. Let me know what you think down below in that comment section. Are you excited for the DC streaming service? Do you think it is going to be worth the money? And also, are you excited about Titans? And what do you think about Robin's new look? Let me know down below in that comment section.